Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be discussing 5 things wrong with Black Ops 6 Zombies, so without further ado let's jump straight into it. So coming in at number 5 we have the Wonderfizz machine being exactly the same as Call of Duty Cold Wars. So the little bit of a problem with this one, as the Wonderfizz in Cold War was just it made all the other perks useless. So for example, there'd be all the perk machines around the map. You had Quick Revive in one area, then you have Juggernog in another, etc, etc. But with the Wonderfizz being the same as Cold Wars, you can just go up to the Wonderfizz machine, select all of the perks you want, and you can have all the perks just from one machine. So it makes getting the other perks that are in the map initially completely useless, and then you won't have to learn the other perk locations. So there's no point of having all the other perk machines around the map, when you can just go to one Wonderfizz machine to your own convenience, learn that only location, pick up all the perks, and job done. I feel like this makes the game very boring and doesn't add a lot of personality to the perks. I prefer the system that we had in Black Ops 3 with the Wonderfizz, where it essentially gives you a random perk, a bit like the mystery box. So I think they need to change this as soon as possible, because to be honest, when it was in Cold War, I just used the Wonderfizz all the time. I didn't use a single perk machine very much. So yeah, there's a little bit of a problem here. Now everyone's going to hate me for this one, but I'm excited for the Gobblegums. I really am, but I can also see why they could be a bad thing for Black Ops 6, and I'm going to explain why from what I know now. So first of all, 2 of the Gobblegums returning are Perkaholic and Cashback. And I know before you say anything, getting the Gobblegums is a free system, you'd have to pay for it. That's fine. But at the same time, I feel like the Gobblegums have become less valuable than they were in Black Ops 3. For example, when you get a Perkaholic in Black Ops 3, you get all the perks in the map. But it feels valuable because there's a perk limit on Black Ops 3. You can only get 4 perks per game unless you had other Gobblegums or Perkaholic. But this time around there is no perk limit in Black Ops 6 Zombies. So having a Perkaholic isn't going to feel as rewarding and feel as powerful compared to compared to Black Ops 3 really, because at the end of the day you could still get all of the perks with or without that Gobblegum, so it's a bit stupid. And then there's another perk called Cashback, which gives you a max ammo. On Black Ops 3 this was useful because there was no ammo crates. But in Call of Duty Black Ops 6, there's ammo crates. So getting a cashback again is going to feel less valuable. So I feel like with the Gobblegums, they need to make them valuable and stand out a bit more. I mean, there's a few of them, like the one that gives you a wonder weapon, the wonder weapon of the map. I do like that one. But a lot of the Gobblegums, in my opinion, with the mechanics to be similar to Cold War, I feel like they're not going to feel as powerful and as valuable to have compared to Black Ops 3. But that's just my personal view. But there are good things about Gobblegums which I will touch on in another video, of course. Up next is the fact that we've got the Cold War point system returning. Now, the Cold War point system isn't terrible, but I thought the classic one was much better, where every bullet that you shot at a zombie you'd get 10 points. You'd be able to maximise your points and figure out how to kill the zombie to get as many points as possible. This made things like opening doors and getting weapons a little bit easier in terms of, and a bit more rewarding. In like the Cold War system, you just kill a zombie any way you want and you more or less get a very similar amount of points. And half the time I don't even understand the Cold War system, because I've had cases where I'd get like 90 points for one kind of kill, then 100 points for another kind of kill, then 120 for another kind of kill. And to be honest, it's too much at once. There's not much consistency to it either. Sometimes I've headshotted a zombie in Cold War, only got like 80 points for, but another time I'd get 100. It's a bit inconsistent. I'm hoping to fix that, but I'm really disappointed that they've not gone back to the classic system where you could earn points at your own sort of like leisure and you can work things out yourself a little bit more. It's really disappointing because the old one's more consistent and you have to think about it a lot more and it adds a lot more strategy to the game. So, bit of a letdown, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. This one might get on people's nerves a little bit as well, but this is the fact that the salvage system is returning. Now, I don't actually hate the salvage system in Cold War. I think it's kind of unique, the fact that you can use salvage to build things, because it kind of makes sense. You get materials and you build things like score streaks, upgrade your weapons and stuff. But the drawback from having salvage is, well, quite simple really, is it's another thing to worry about. So, for example, you could upgrade your weapon and pack a punch it all the way to tier 3. but then you realise, oh wait, my weapon's still not as powerful as it should be because now I've got to go and get the salvage. So you've got to spend a lot of time not only getting points to get your weapon Pack-a-Punch, but then you've got to spend loads of time picking up salvage to upgrade your weapon. Some people just want to jump in zombies, Pack-a-Punch the weapon a couple of times, and then be done, set up and enjoy the game. They don't want to be going around the map picking up salvage, thinking about points, because yes, it gives you something to do, but it makes upgrading the weapon that you're using a lot more tedious than it kind of should be, to be fair. I think there should be, I'm hoping to compensate for this, that the salvage points that the amount of salvage that you need, is a lot lower than previous games. Otherwise there's going to be a lot of issues and a lot of frustration, I think, if the amount of salvage that you need to get legendary tier is the same or higher than Cold War's. And last but not least, well, will Black Ops 6 be too easy still? So Cold War was known for being stupidly easy. The Easter eggs were easy, high rounds were easy, and everything in general was just really easy. Even the map playouts were very simple to navigate, and you could train and camp everywhere. It was ridiculous. But in Black Ops 6, they've confirmed that the game's going to be harder for getting to high rounds and Easter eggs and stuff, which is fantastic to hear. But that doesn't mean just because they say it, it doesn't mean it's going to be, hard. Like, for example, in Cold War, before the exploits came out, Cold War, people getting used to the new mechanics, and yes, it was easier having a loadout weapon, but the moment someone discovered Ring of Fire, Ray Gun, Camp and D-Machine, it became ridiculously easy. And I feel like in this game, people find a meta, people find a way to make the game easy, and it'd be very exploitable. I mean, every Black Ops Zombie game for Black Ops 3 has been exploitable to make it an easy experience. And I don't think Black Ops 6 is going to be any different, because at the end of the day, unless they get rid of loadout weapons and all the rest of it, this game is not going to feel more difficult. It's simple as that. But I mean, it's good in one sense to make it easy because it's more accessible for newer players. But I'm hoping it's not as bad as Cold War at least. But at the same time, I'm a bit worried about it still being too easy, even though they've actually said it. But at the end of the day, we don't know how true that actually is until we play the game ourselves, right? Anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. I'm hoping I'm wrong about these 5 things when I'm playing Black Ops 6 Zombies, but I'm a bit concerned about these things nonetheless. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace out.